9:43 right now. Welcome back. We're here at Fox 61 by Carrier Kitchen. I'm joined by Executive Chef David Standridge from the Shipwright's Daughter, and this is a very special treat because big news.
Yes.
The Shipwright's Daughter just won the best restaurant in Connecticut from the Connecticut Restaurant Association on Monday. And it just so happens we'd already had you scheduled, but first, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're just still reeling from the award.
I bet.
You never expect to win these things, and it's just an amazing honor. And we worked really hard, and we're happy to be here.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it certainly says a lot. We can talk more about it, but I want to get started because we have a special treat here as far as what we're going to be making. Salmon Wellington.
Yep, it's a great holiday dish. You know, the holidays are coming up. It's winter season.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful dish for the table. Pretty easy to make. You can kind of do a lot of it beforehand. Always so holiday dinners, you don't want to be cooking while your guests are there.
It's so stressful.
Yeah, so you can get this almost 90% done before they show up, then just pop it in the oven, you pull it out, you get the big reveal. And
it is quite an impressive reveal as well. All right, let's get started, David.
Great. So what we're going to do here is going to go through the ingredients. We have our salmon. It's about 6 ounces of salmon. We've taken only the thick part, and then the rest of it we've made into this salmon mousse. So we've taken the scraps of the salmon, blended them in a food processor with cream, butter, dill, and seasoned them, and a little bit of egg. And then we have the other layers. Basically, you're building layers in the puff pastry. So salmon's in the middle. And then this is the mushroom duxelle. So this is mushrooms. We use chestnut mushrooms and maitake mushrooms. And they're sauteed with shallots.
Yeah, gorgeous display of mushrooms
Thank you. Yeah, we get our mushrooms from Seacoast Mushrooms in Stonington. He grows all his own mushrooms. It's amazing. So this is just sauteed with cognac and white wine and herbs and spices. And then we have our puff pastry. And you can buy this in the store frozen. We make it. It's kind of hard to make. But,
I have to imagine.
It's a lot of folding and rolling.
Most of us will be making our own puff pastry, but that's okay.
I mean, if you've got the time, it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. But the store-bought is perfectly
fun. For you, maybe frustrating for a lot of others.
And then we have some Swiss chard that we've blanched, and we just kind of laid it out in a flat layer. Like I said, it's all about building layers.
It almost looks like you put that in a dictionary.
Exactly, like in your little in your journal.
Yeah, and for everyone who's watching at home, all the ingredients, all the information is going to be found on our website, so you can get that there.
Yep. So we're just going to start. The first thing we're going to do is just on top of the chard, we're going to make a nice little layer of the mushroom duxelle. And you don't want to be too thick. You know, a lot of the way that a Wellington works is that you don't want to cook the inside too fast. You got to cook the pastry. So kind of building these layers of flavor and also insulating.
Kind of creating a barrier so it doesn't cook too fast, because salmon doesn't take very long.
And we don't want it to be, you know, well done.
Right. It's so tricky. You want it to be done enough, but not too well done.
So then we just put a salmon right in the middle there, and we're just going to roll it up.
Almost like a sushi.
Yeah, very similar. Right, we just make a little package.
And
then we can just gently cut the rest off. That gives us our salmon roll. Leave that there. And then the next step on the puff pastry, we just kind of floured our surface a little bit and put a little more flour on the puff pastry. It gets a little sticky because there's so much fat in it.
But that's what makes it so good.
Exactly. Right? I mean, it's a time of year to work on your winter bod. So,
absolutely. You know. So you're spreading that again.
This is the salmon mousse, and we're going to make a nice little layer. You know, a little less than 1/4 inch thick, but you just want it to be nice and even. And this is the next layer. Great. Then we'll take our salmon roll, put it right there, and we're just going to roll it up. Pretty simple. All right. And then you just pinch the ends, and we do this kind of like chop thing. Push it down, and that just kind of seals it.
Right.
And then you've got this nice tight package of your salmon and puff pastry. And we'll just trim the dough.
Trim the edges. Okay. Now, how do we make it look so beautiful?
Yeah, that's the next step. You can kind of do anything you want. We have this really cool little tool I'm going to show you in a minute. It's called a lattice roller that can make the lattice top like that we just did there. So we have the other sheet of puff pastry. But you can also, you know, the other one here is just cut strips of dough. So just put it on top. You can use a cookie cutter. It's a great idea if you want to decorate it. You know, you can cut out shapes or letters. So this is the other piece of puff pastry, and this is our lattice roller. And so it's just kind of shaped, I don't really know the technology here, but it's going to make little cuts in the dough. And it's going to allow us to put that beautiful cross.
And you get that incredible effect right there.
And that's, also
We're running out of time, unfortunately, but I want to have you cut in because that is really just this impressive part of it here. So how long was this cook for?
So this cooks for about 15 to 20 minutes in a really hot oven, 450 degrees. So let's do the big reveal.
Yeah. If we'll get really close in here to see this. Dun, 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 dun.
There we
Check
go.
that out.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Perfectly
wow.
cooked inside with the nice little layers.
Yes.
And it's just a delicious meal.
Oh, that is just gorgeous. And really so impressive. It's really just a wow
It's a showstopper.
moment. Absolutely. If you really want to wow your guests.
Absolutely.
David, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
for
with us.
having
And
us. I really
congratulations.
appreciate
I'm
it.
so glad that we were able to get you on here.
Thank you.
And it's just wonderful, wonderful news for you and the Shipwright's daughter.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Of course, once again, the information is going to be on the website, but that is just beautiful. I know, Matt.